Cash, I see you over here saying that she was their chief justice and all politicians fear her. Bro, I fear her. Look at these eyes, man. They look like just black holes. Like she looks like in the horror movies where the chick gets possessed. This is what the makeup they use to make them look possessed. Yaps. It's in the name. Worth it. Shushila Karki to be sworn in as Nepal's interim PM tonight. Cabinet formation underway. Shout out to you, CNN, News 18. I can't believe I just said that.
An agreement, in fact, has been reached. Former Chief Justice of Nepal, Shushila Karki, is going to be the head of the interim government. In fact, in a few minutes from now, about half an hour, 40 minutes from now, is when we are going to be seeing her oath-taking ceremony take place as well. She is going to be sworn in as the interim Prime Minister of the country. The House of Representatives is also going to be dissolved.
I hope she's actually like the people's choice, but I'm so tired of seeing, I know this is going to sound bad, but old people take these leadership positions. When you look like you're a grandma, it's time for you to be a grandma. Allow, the adults in the room who still have the energy, who are young enough to be able to adapt to technology, because that's the world we're entering. Allow them to be running the show.
Which means the dissolution of parliament, which these Gen Z protesters have been asking for.
No shot, Arma. There is no freaking way. Can I not, expand this? Okay, there we go. Did you know they chose the PM? They chose their prime minister on a Discord live meeting. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Well, we need the adults in the room who understand technology. Like, if you're an adult, if you're like somebody who's like 50 and you understand Discord, you need to be running shit because that's the way the shit's going. Like, we could have joined the meeting. You're telling me I could have joined the meeting and put my hat in the ring? Damn. Sorry, Lo, we got to move to Nepal. I just became the PM.
That is a demand that has finally been agreed to by the president and by the Nepal army. A full day of intense discussions took place all day today. There were several delays as far as those meetings went, but eventually and finally a consensus has been built, is what we're given to understand. Siddhant, my colleague, now in fact joins us live from Kathmandu. He's been getting us the voices from on ground. Siddhant, in about 45 minutes from now is when we're given to understand that oath-taking ceremony will happen where...
She's a 73-year-old grandma. I know. That's what concerns me, to be honest, because let her be a grandma, right? Like, she's earned it. Let her do it.
Nepal will finally have an interim prime minister after 3 days of uncertainty?
Well, that's right, Poonam. In fact, after 2 days of hectic parley, at the army headquarters and at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, finally, Shushila Karki has been confirmed as the next interim Prime Minister of Nepal. In fact, Poonam, there were a lot of issues, perhaps, Gen Z's. First, there was Shushila Karki's name, which was proposed, after which Kulman Gising's name also did come up for discussion. Then, since morning, Poonam, there was one meeting which was at 9 a.m. in the morning. That meeting got postponed to 2 p.m. And then finally, late in the evening, we got to know that there is a deadlock because Gen Zs wanted the parliament and the provincial assemblies to be dissolved before the oath taking of Shushila Karki. But President of Nepal and army was not agreeing for that. And in fact, they had to say that the next Prime Minister should become under the constitutional framework. So that is what the President had to say. And the army was also convinced with President's opinion. But now we can say this, Poonam, that ultimately President of Nepal and army has to accept the demands of the Gen Z protesters, and perhaps now the oath taking of Shushila Karki is going to take place in next 45 minutes at the newly formed building. And in fact, we've been told that right after that, the parliament and the provincial assemblies in Nepal will be dissolved. So definitely Gen Zs have won. They have not only overthrown the Oli government, but they are deciding the Prime Minister of Nepal, interim Prime Minister of Nepal, and they are also.
I just want you guys to see. I've seen this so many times now. We got another One Piece reference, baby. The Jolly Roger flag cannot be hidden. It shall be waved, and it shall be shown.
They have managed to pressurize president and army to dissolve the parliament and a provincial assembly. So it's a big win for the youngsters, for the youth, those who were on the streets protesting, and perhaps now the president has to accept what they wanted.
What it seems like, but Siddhant, we're also given to understand that along with Shushila Karki, at least 2 others will also be sworn in. There is going to be an interim cabinet that will also be put in place. That's what we are gathering.
Well, that's right, Poonam. In fact, Kulman Gising's name is doing the rounds. One is Om Prakash Aryal, and the third one is Balanandan Sharma. These are the names which are doing the rounds. We are still awaiting for the official confirmation. So in total, there is going to be 4 people taking oath tonight. It's going to be a very small cabinet, and in fact, right after the oath taking, there's going to be the cabinet meeting also. This is also what we have been told. So definitely there's a lot of hope, Poonam, as far as youngsters in Nepal. They are really happy with this transition, and in fact they have been looking for it from a long time. Finally, they had to come on the streets to overthrow the government and to get the.
Cash, I see you over here saying that she was their chief justice and all politicians fear her. Bro, I fear her. Look at these eyes, man. They look like just black holes. Like she looks like in the horror movies where the chick gets possessed. This is what the makeup they use to make them look possessed.
New interim government and to rebuild the nation, but it's definitely like going to be a very challenging task for Shushila Karki and her government, Poonam, given the economy of Nepal is already in doldrums. There have been major buildings across the city vandalized and ransacked and were set ablaze. So to rebuild those buildings, to renovate them and to put them back in place, perhaps require a lot of fund. So,
right.
So it's definitely going to be a challenge, and also the aspirations of youth, Poonam. This protest had to do with corruption, nepotism, unemployment, cost of living, etc., etc. So, what is going to be the roadmap of this interim government? How they are going to meet the aspiration of the youth?
Yeah. What is the roadmap going to look like? What is the next patch update? I need patch updates. So, we were told that it was done via a Discord call, and well, holy shit, y'all weren't lying. Okay, while this is on the ad, for those of you who are in Nepal or Nepali, what is the thoughts on the new PM? Is she going to be good? The former chief justice?
हामी 40,000 जनाको ओपिनियन लिन सक्दैनौं.
This is a 5-hour thing. We can't listen to all of this.
एउटा कुरा अडान लिनु पर्यो, एउटा एजेन्डा बनाउनु पर्यो, हामीले रिलिज गरिहाल्नु पर्यो के अब.
होला नि त उले फोन पिकअप गरेछ छैन भने केही त रिजन होला नि त हैन.
Please all accept vote list is now.
I can't believe Youth Against Corruption. They literally voted this in.
असंवैधानिक नै हो क्या हुन चाहिँ हैन.
There are more than 150,000 people connected live here. Who is more deserving and capable of launching their own point and views? I found you guys' conversation very pointless and foolish. Please let the others speak out. Mati Balu Huth. I can't read any of this. Somebody translate for me.
तर एटलिस्ट पपुलर लिडर पनि भयो र पार्लियामेन्ट डिजल्भ भएको कन्डिसन पनि त्यस्तै एक्स्ट्राअर्डिनरी भयो भन्दाखेरि अलि
Exactly, parliament should be dissolved.
लेजिटिमेट पनि हुन्छ. सो उसले एटलिस्ट भनेको कुरा
426 messages in 1 minute. Oh my god. This is... I want to speak too? Shit, so do I. Parliament needs to dissolve. Like, these guys, hours into this, they're still saying this. Let me in! Live broadcast. Don't use cheap word like J-hole. Man, I can't. That's. We're living in a time where prime ministers are being selected through a Discord call.